good afternoon, everybody. Hello. Hello, Fat Master, and hello, Kyosha. Hello, Nimbi. Hello, Paulo Bautista. Hello, good afternoon. Upto Pokari Death Noon. Hello. Zekken Hakai. Hello. And Kiro. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Hello, guys. Today is actually going to be a chill. Supposed to study. Wait, hold on. How's your day going, Doc? This morning, I had a surgery. I did a surgery. It was a little challenging, but I'm good. Yes, walang quiz. Ano walang quiz? Wala pa akong lecture. Major surgery, yeah, it was a major surgery. Anyway, today was supposed to be chill study stream, but then something happened on Twitter. If you are all aware of what's happening on Twitter. Hold on. Let me check the thing right now. Actually, I saw this last night, and it spread like wildfire. How many hours did it take for you to finish the surgery? Probably around 2 hours. Kaya nga, lecture lang ngayon. Pop Master, para lang sa'yo, bibigyan kita ng quiz. Chill lang sa mga gusto ng quiz, gagawa pa ako ng isip para mataas. Si Pop Master kasi nagre-remind din. Ng quiz eh. Mukhang siya gusto ng quiz. I think Fat Master wants the quiz. Anyway. Yeah, yan, bastos na bata. Anyway, yeah, so, probably a lot of you, a good chunk of you know about the thing on Twitter of the ovulation. VTuber ovulation. Wait, is it still up? I'm gonna look at it right now. Yeah, there's a thing on Discord. There's a thing on Twitter right now. Someone made a website that is tracking VTubers' ovulation. It is so weird. Wait, I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking for where's the link? Someone had the link and I don't know where. Oh wait, I think it's called It's still here. Kasalanan to ng lads. Got you subscriber here. Discovered you through Jabetis. Hello, Asta. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, a lot of people discovered me because of Jabetis and Robitussin. Hello. Okay. Yeah, anyway, there is a thing. I wasn't really supposed to talk about this. Today was just purely supposed to be a study stream, but then this came up and I saw a lot of things. Some people don't know the difference between a period and an ovulation. So I might as well take advantage of this and make a short educational portion of for this stream. Let's see. So, I don't have any visual aids kasi syempre ano lang to eh. Biglaan to, so like I don't have slides. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you the menstrual cycle, guys. Let's talk about women. Let's talk about women. Okay, we're gonna talk about women. Okay, let me look for the best. There is a graph, the best representation of the menstrual cycle. Really good pictures. Is there? No, there is a good picture somewhere around here. Maybe it's this one. Oh, this one. I'm gonna flash it, okay? Open image in new tab. YouTube DOS violation. Gago. Okay, hold on. Okay, wait. Let me Okay, can you guys see this photo? Why is the stream suddenly speedy? I don't know you guys. It's you guys, okay? Alright, this photo. Can I make it zoom in? I need to zoom it more. This is one of the best representations of this. Yes, we're gonna talk about women. We are going to talk about women. Alright? Menstrual cycle. Okay, we're gonna talk about stuff you guys probably don't know about women. Okay, so this is in relation to the recent topic, okay? This is gonna be short, okay? I don't want to get too detailed or anything, but this is for your education. So that if you encounter a human of the opposite gender, or a human that bears a uterus and a pair of ovaries, a human that has a vulva, a non-penis bearing human, you can understand more. Okay? Doc, ba't may graph? Mag-statistics ba tayo? Yes, we're going to learn how to draw these graphs, okay? This is very short, okay? I'm not gonna go through too much, okay? Because I am not prepared for this. This is something that just, I just decided, you know what? I just decided this morning, like, okay, I'm gonna talk about this. So anyway, there is I'm gonna show you this. Okay, this popped out around sometime last night. This came out last night, okay? It's the VTuber ovulation tracker. Which is... I noticed it last night, it was so weird, okay? Basically, this tracker tracks VTubers' ovulations, but basically, if you're gonna track someone's ovulation, you're gonna be tracking the entire menstrual cycle, so... Let's pick one. Let's pick a person who is, They even freaking have a tab. They even have one that says, okay, 17% of the VTubers on this site are menstruating. 15% are fertile. What the 6% are ovulating. Okay, let's pick one. We're going to pick see all trending VTuber. Let's look at the trending ones. Let's look at someone who. Let's look at a corpo VTuber. Okay. Gagi, may shiny pa dito. Oh my god, they have freaking HoloLive. Okay, let's pick Ollie. Let's pick Ollie, okay? Let's pick Ollie. We're gonna go with Ollie. We're gonna go with Ollie, okay? Oh my god, there's 6 people who favorited her. Okay, so we have our sample is Ollie, okay? So yeah, see, like I said, if you're going to talk about ovulation period, you're gonna be talking about the entire menstrual cycle. And there are colors here. I'm gonna guess red stands for holy crap. I'm gonna assume that red stands for menstruating. It doesn't say. This is a weird looking. Okay, this is December, yeah? I actually don't understand the colors here. This is weird. Oh, okay. I'm guessing the red is the menstrual cycle. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 16 days? Really? I just searched the middle. Okay, you know what? Wait, let me see. Is there a colored? There's color coding, but I don't. Yo! This guy actually has. Bro, he even has stuff about PMS, PMDD, PCOS, endometriosis, rupture. Whoa, bro, he went complete. Yo! Yo, this guy actually has an educational portion on his website. Okay, this is interesting. Okay, yeah, this has, this is more interesting than I thought. Okay. Bro, he has information about, okay, he has the complications, PMS, okay, he even has some conditions, okay. Yeah, this is interesting, okay. So anyway, let's go back to Ollie. I do not understand, there is no color coding about what the red means and something. It doesn't say. I'm gonna assume red means that this is her period. I do not understand. Oh, there we go. If you hover above it, it says menstruating. Okay. Okay, if you hover above the color, red is menstruating, pink is fertile, yellow is ovulating, white is probably just a normal day. Okay, so alright, based on this is a very okay, let's look at the sample menstrual cycle of this one. Okay, so here in a menstrual cycle, when a person mentions a menstrual cycle, there are some terms you gotta know. Okay, so one of them is if a doctor, like for example, you have to know what an LMP is. Or a PMP. These are abbreviations mentioned in medicine, man. Like, when's her LMP? When's the PMP? LMP just means last menstrual period. Basically, the first day of the last menstrual cycle. So, if we're gonna talk about January, I'm gonna assume this is December. Okay. So her LMP for this January is January 15. And apparently her duration, her duration would be 5 days. Okay, 5 days because her red days are 5. Okay. And then her interval. So interval would be how many days between the start of each period, which is here, which is around so this is day 1, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So her duration, her interval is 22 days. This is basically saying Ollie menstruates for 5 days with and is regular with an interval of 22 days. Hello, Wendy. Yo, wait. Did YouTube change how mods look like? Is it still a wrench on your end? Because on OBS it became a shield. Wendell, you don't have a wrench on my end. It's a shield on my end. Did it change on you? Is it only on OBS? Or is it on YouTube? Is it still a wrench? It's still a wrench. Okay. On OBS... It's a shield on your end? Yo, are they changing it? Wendell appears as a shield on my end. Wrench on desktop. Wrench on mobile. Paiba-iba. Paiba-iba yung sinasabi niyo. Fapmaster says shield. On my end, it's a shield. On OBS, it's a shield. I think YouTube is changing it. OBS dog Wendell, but some people are saying they're seeing a shield. Oh, YouTube is changing stuff. They're changing the wrench, guys. They're rolling out the shields. I was like, why does Wendell look different? And I see a shield, man. Okay. Yeah, okay. They are ovulating. It's a shield, right? I think they're rolling out a new, they're updating YouTube. They're changing it. They're changing it to a shield. They're changing it to a shield. Okay. Okay. You're gonna be seeing the shield soon. Anyway, back to the topic. If you see a shield, you're ovulating. So that means, so you're saying that Fapmaster is ovulating? Alright, let's go back. Okay, let's go back to the topic. So, holy crap, apparently the site bases their information out of tweets. So, aggressive, apparently being aggressive means you're menstruating. Oh, and she mentions that she's on her period, so she's kind of actually open. And yeah, look at that. My period is in sync with my... Oh, I'm on my period. I'm so sorry. It's just my period. Yeah, she is totally open about her period. Which is probably why this thing is... It's probably accurate for her, bro. This is probably accurate for her because she mentions her period multiple times. Okay. Anyway, so... we can say that Ollie is regular. Alright, let's go back here. So, Ollie is a good sample because she's regular, okay? But her interval's kind of short. The usual intervals for a menstrual cycle is around 28 to 30 days, or sometimes a little longer, 28 to 31 or 32 days. The usual sample given here is, the usual, textbook sample is 28 days. Okay? So, back to this thing. What did I just walk into? You're learning about women, okay? Welcome. You're learning about women. Alright, so, what is the menstrual cycle? Okay, the menstrual cycle is something only women experience. Females. Biological women with uteruses and ovaries. Okay? Men do not have this. I'm sorry, men, you do not You do not have this, okay? Men do not have this, but instead you guys have a freaking lanky thing up your that hangs around your crotch, and you guys have a prostate. We don't have that. We have a cave down between our legs that leads into this, okay? That leads into this thing right here, the uterus, cervix, and ovaries. Okay? The balls. Yeah, you guys have ball sacks hanging out from your crotch. Our balls are inside our abdomen, see? Our balls are very, they're just here, hanging around inside our abdomen here, chilling around the uterus, okay? They're here. They're being hugged by the uterus, by the fallopian tubes. Look at that. Our uterus is just holding our balls with the fallopian tubes, okay? Okay, so now, when we talk about the menstrual cycle, menstrual cycle involves a lot of things. A lot of things are going on. So there's hormone fluctuations, okay? Hormone fluctuations. And not just that, there's also a physical changes in the uterus. As you can see down here, the endometrium, which is the lining of the inner part of the uterus, okay? So, day 1 would be here. This, where you see the number 1 up here. This is day 1, so this is what's happening. So, day 1, this is how thick your uterus is, your uterine lining is. Day 1 is when you menstruate. Is the start of your menstruation. Day 1 is the day of blood. Okay. Day 1 is the day of blood. So, expect bleeding. And this is when the uterus starts shedding off, the lining. That's why here from day 1 until around day 7, you can see that it sheds off. It becomes thinner. Okay, the usual women's menstruation. Okay, women's menstruation can run from 3 days. The duration can run from 3 days to 7 days. Okay. So if we go back to Ollie, hers is 5 days. Okay. Some girls are pretty lucky. They only menstruate for 3 days. Lucky bitches, man. Lucky bitches menstruate for 3 days. I menstruate for 7. I am unlucky to menstruate for 7 days. And I hate it. So anyway. So, yeah. During this period, okay, that's when they shed. Okay. So you can also see here. See this on the top right here? This is when you start bleeding, and then this is the lining of the uterus, and then you bleed it all out. You bleed out the tissues until it becomes pretty and clean right here. Okay. Keeping track of the duration. Yeah, I'm just telling you guys. I'm not telling you when I'm menstruating, okay? But it's 7 days, and I hate it. I hate it, man. Every time I meet a girl and she's like, I ask her, how long what's the duration of your period? And she says, 3 days or 5 days. I'd be like, why? Why are they gifted to be bleeding for only 3 days? And I have to suffer the entire I have to get the longest duration possible, man. 7 days. I hate it. Okay. Alright. Doc irregular ka months sa akin. Oh, yeah, you gotta get that one. We'll talk about that. We'll briefly talk about that later on, okay? But this one, we're talking about regular menses for now. Okay, so what else happens during the menstrual phase? So, the bleeding phase. This is the menstrual phase is the part when you 7 days, right? This round thing over here is the ovary. Okay. when you are menstruating, the ovary, you are not fertile. There we go. That's what I was gonna say. You're not fertile, or at least a very low chance of being fertile. Okay. Very, very low chance of being fertile. Okay. And then, if we notice the hormones are pretty low. You have low FSH, low LH, estrogen, progesterone are pretty low. Okay. Now, so I think Fatmaster was asking a while ago, what is FSH and LH? So these are hormones produced in the hypothalamus and pituitary gland. These are, the FSH is the follicle stimulating hormone. And then the LH is the luteinizing hormone. Okay? They are released from the pituitary. So the FSH, or the, what do you call this, the follicle stimulating hormone stimulates the growth of ovarian follicles. So since you're menstruating, you don't need that. You don't need to stimulate the growth of the ovary. That's why, look, it's just there. Okay. LH, or the luteinizing hormone, okay. This one is what stimulates ovulation. So since we're on the first week of the menstrual cycle, we don't need that. They're just down there. They just chilling down here, okay? The FSH, LS, they're just chilling. Like, yeah, we don't need to work. They're on vacation. We don't need to work right now. We don't need to eject some eggs today. This week. We don't need to inject some eggs this week. We gotta let the women bleed. Let the women bleed. Okay. By the way, LH and FSH is not a woman thing. Even males have this, okay? But the role is different. So if in women, it's more on stimulating ovaries. Males, it would be the other side, which is the testicles. Okay, but we're gonna skip. We're not talking about men today. We're talking about women. Okay, we're talking about women. Okay. Let me see. Let me look at the chat. Probably have more blood duct like Dark Souls. Is it true stretching targeting areas sa area ng abdomen mag-lessen yung pain during period? Not really. If it helps relieve, it might help relieve some pain on some women, but you know, here, the thing about menstrual cramps, not every woman has menstrual cramps, okay? For example, some women will complain that their tummy hurts. My tummy hurts. I'm menstruating, my tummy hurts. Or, you know, something like that. Sakit ang tiyan nila kasi nireregla, or, you know. This is called dysmenorrhea, okay? That condition is called dysmenorrhea. It's common, kinda. Okay, to have cramps during your period, and you know, the thing about menstrual cramps or dysmenorrhea is not every woman has this. Personally, me, I rarely have this. I have experienced dysmenorrhea very few times, occasional. But like, let's say last year, or the year before that, you know, if you're gonna ask me, have I ever had period cramps? No, I don't. I actually don't get this. I don't get this that much, but there are times when I do, like very rare times, and the one time I can remember when I had menstrual cramps was during my physician licensure exam. During my physician licensure exam, I was menstruating on my second day. And during the freaking exam, I had dysmenorrhea. I got the cramps. It was bad. It was bad. You know, when girls say they have menstrual cramps, the severity can go from like tolerable to freaking debilitating. During that time, during the exam, it was debilitating. And I was taking the exam and I tried so hard. You know, I was like sweating. I tried so hard to finish the exam, but you know, I think that was the reason why that portion of the exam, that topic that I took, my grade was low, because I was fighting menstrual cramps. It was so bad. It was so bad that I just wanted to be done with this stupid exam and go home and rest because it was really bad. Yeah, it was so bad. It hurts. So when a woman has dysmenorrhea or have cramps, it can become severe. Okay? Menstrual cramps is because the freaking uterus starts, you know, it's when the uterus starts contracting, trying to expel the blood, okay? And sometimes it hurts, okay? Sometimes it hurts. It can hurt really bad. It is very debilitating. It is very painful. The last time I had dysmenorrhea, it was so bad. It's the type that can, you know, if you're standing up and walking, when you have menstrual cramps or dysmenorrhea, you can like, you just wanna lie down and do nothing. That's how bad it can get. But yeah, gusto mo na stress, don't hear more stress. Oh god. My ex had dysmenorrhea before till we had it checked up and found she has endometriosis. Yeah, endometriosis is one of the causes of severe pains. Okay, but you know, me personally, I have not had this for so long, so which is a good thing. So even if I menstruate for 7 days, at least I am one to not have menstrual cramps. I don't get it. I don't have it as often. Okay. Okay, so yeah. This is not fun. Kahit walang cramps, mahihina kasi hormones. Yeah, it is not. It's not. That's why when a girl says she is in pain during her period, trust me, if she cannot walk when she's on her period and she says she's in pain, she is in pain. It is bad. It is bad, okay? The menstrual cramps, it is terrible. It is like freaking debilitating. And yes, if you always have this kind of pain when you're having your period, you better get that checked because it can be endometriosis. Endometriosis is very notorious for causing severe menstrual cramps. Like really severe ones. May nag-ask na ba ng synchronization pero you're in a group? What the heck? How about dun sa case ni Kirahan na 2 months irregular and small cyst? You have to have that checked by a gynecologist. Because I can only teach you guys really basic stuff about the menstrual cycle. Okay, but you might have to have that checked if you are irregular. If you have been regular and then suddenly became irregular and you have cysts in your ovaries, you better have that checked because that might be a PCOS. Alright, okay, let's continue. Alright, now let's go to the next hormones over here. We have the ovarian hormone. Ovarian hormones. These are the hormones produced by the ovaries. Okay. we have estrogen and progesterone. Okay, so estrogen is also something that it promotes ovulation. Okay. And it also promotes the thickening of the uterus. Okay. The progesterone is what helps promote implantation of the ovary to the uterus. Or no, not the ovary, because this one only happens the embryo. Not the ovary, the embryo to the uterus. Okay, so this is more for a pregnancy kind of thing. Okay, and as you can see, so on day 1 they chill. The hormones are chilling. They're like, day 1 to 7, hormones are chilling. We're having a menstruation. We chill for now. We're chilling. Okay? And now, let's go to the second part. 7 to 14. So by day 7 usually is for those who menstruate for 7 days. This is the last day of menstruation, the last day of bleeding. So you can see here that the endometrium is thin. Okay? And the uterus is nice and clean. Look at this, it's nice and clean. Alright, so this is the start of the proliferative phase. The proliferative phase, so after you clean up the uterus, proliferative phase is when the endometrium, or the lining of the uterus, starts getting thicker again. Okay. And this is when the hormones start getting activated. Okay. The hormones are getting activated midway through the proliferative phase. And then, as you can see, around day 14, or a little earlier than day 14, maybe this is around day 12 to 14, day 11, 12, 13, 14, that's when the hormones are shooting. FSH goes up, LH shoots all the way up there. Okay. FSH makes a little fart right here. Estrogen also shoots up. Okay. So, like I said, FSH stimulates the growth of ovarian follicles. Okay, so ovaries are being prepared. And then LH, along with estrogen goes up, and then LH shoots up. When LH shoots up, this is when ovulation happens. Okay? This is when ovulation happens. And which is typically around 12 to 14 days after day 1 of the menstrual period. Okay? So if we're gonna go back here, the thing with Ollie though is that her interval is 22 days instead of 28. So her ovulation would be earlier. Okay, that's why if we look at this cycle here, she menstruates for only 5 days, unlike the 7 days. So within a few days, she ovulates. Okay. Is there a is there a VTuber that menstruates for 7 days? Yo, Shiori's here. Let's look at the other Shiori. The other Shiori doesn't menstruate. The other Shiori doesn't menstruate. She has no details, bro. Okay, let's see, let's look at Let's look at Bijo. Let's look at... Oh, she doesn't menstruate either. She doesn't menstruate. She doesn't menstruate. Does Anna... Wait, Anna is here. Let's see Anna. Oh, she menstruates for 5 days. But, this is... I think this one is not... Okay. This one is not too accurate, I think. This looks weird. So, ano siya dinagnanins? Eh di ano, infertile. This one is weird. Okay, this one menstruates for 5 days, but then has a really long... I don't think this one's accurate. Here, this one is not accurate, unless she's irregular. I don't know, because she has a 5-day menstruation. But then the interval to ovulation is so long. See, look at this. It's so long. So she's either, this is either not inaccurate or not. They weren't able to get much out of her tweets, or she's irregular. Okay, she's a bird, so yeah, probably that's when she lays eggs. So those are the days she laid eggs. So whatever. Apparently, but it's funny that all he has is freaking regular. Look at this. They actually, it's so regular here. How long ba dapat ang gap if 5 days? Usually like the same number of days after. Especially with a short interval of 22 days. So I would say like the same number of days you menstruate plus the same number of days. Yeah, just after the, let's say you menstruate for 5 days, just add another 5. That would be around the day of your ovulation. Probably like if 5 days, like 3 to 5 days more. But no, it's not ovulation. God, there's a gap. She menstruates for 5 days. This is not ovulation. Yellow is ovulation. So there is a gap. Pink just means that she's fertile because, for example, she gets inseminated on this day. It's not, sperm does not, it's not a same day. Sperm does not die in one day, okay? They stay alive for like a few days. And if you ovulate within those few days, you can still, you can get pregnant, basically. Okay, the sperms are not like instant death once they get okay? It's not like that. So there's a gap. So like a few days before ovulation, you become fertile because if you are going to, let's say you get inseminated, or if you get, if you are inseminated, or you have sex before this ovulation period, the sperm can stay there for a while. They be chilling in there until an egg is released, and they just go there. They just like, hey, yeah, let's go fertilize that egg, and yeah, there we go. Okay. What do the colors mean? Red is menstruating, pink means fertile, yellow is ovulating, and white is just a normal day. Okay. Alright, back here. We're going back here, okay? So, around, if for a woman who has a 28-day cycle, 7 days of duration menstruation, so her ovulation is around day 12 to 14 here. Okay. So, in between here, proliferative phase is where she becomes fertile, and a little after. Just around this area is the fertile phase, okay? Area when you're fertile. Because sperm doesn't die in one day, okay? They stay there for a few days before they die off. So if there's an egg that is there while the sperm is still there, you have a chance of getting pregnant. Now, what happens if there are no sperm? There is no sperm. What happens if there is no sperm? So, what happens is, the uterine lining will just grow thicker and thicker. Okay, so after ovulation, we enter here. We're gonna enter the luteal phase. Okay, this is the luteal phase. This is when, so what happens is your endometrial lining gets thicker and thicker. Okay, like here. Okay. The reason why also the endometrium gets thick and thicker is also because if there is if your what do you call this, your ovary gets fertilized and turns into an embryo, it'll attach to the uterus. Okay, and the uterine lining is like a cushion for that little baby, for the cushion for the little baby. Okay, but if you don't get pregnant, okay, you don't get pregnant. Luteal phase is just the lining gets thicker and thicker for the rest of the cycle until you enter day 1. Because once you enter after the 28 days, you're gonna enter day 1. You're gonna menstruate again. Okay. And the cycle repeats itself. Okay. And also the different points, the different phases, or the different areas of the menstrual cycle, there is this thing that women experience if they're not in their period. Let's say from day 7 until 28. Before their menstrual period, the secretions from their vagina, the secretion changes. There is something we call the white menstruation, which is basically the vaginal fluid. It changes consistency from time to time. Like, it can be like watery to gooey and to pasty. It can change. It changes during the cycle. Tampons versus night pads, which is better to use? Depends on the woman. It depends on what they're comfortable with. I personally don't like tampons because I don't like sticking things up there. I use pads. Okay. It depends on the woman. As some women use tampons, some women use pads. Some women use menstrual cups. Tampons, no. Tampons is not a cup. Tampon is like an absorbent thing. Menstrual cup is like it's like having a mini cup in there. I use pad. Yeah, it's something like an absorbent cotton, but it's really good at blocking blocking any leaks because it absorbs everything compared to pads. If you have a pad, you have the risk of leaking. Menstrual cup, a lot of girls say it changed their lives, but I don't know, I just don't like the idea of sticking stuff up there. Kaya tahimik si Pocari eh. Hindi nakikinig. Wag niyong guluhin si Pocari. Cups. Some people use menstrual cups. Like, let me look for an image, okay? Hold on. Okay, here we go. The pink one is a menstrual cup, okay? And then these are the tampons, and then this is the pad. Pads are easier. Yeah, pads are easier. They are much easier, but they are prone to leakage, okay? If you're on a heavy... they are prone to leakage, so if you're on a heavy flow, you have to change frequently. Okay? Tampons, I don't know how much you have to change tampons because I personally have not used tampons, but some people prefer this. And then there's the menstrual cup. Okay. Now, before, and also, okay. Aside from the science of this, so I hope you guys understood this, okay? I went through it really briefly. I didn't get too detailed about this, okay? But when a girl is menstruating, let's say a girl is menstruating, okay? The heaviest or the most annoying days of her menstruation are days 1 to 3, okay? Or the second day. Usually it's the second day. Because day 1 is usually light to medium flow. But once day 2 comes, that is the heaviest flow ever. That is the most annoying day ever. Especially for me, I hate second days. I hate the second day of the period. My period. And it also applies to other women because second days is freaking... They just flow like a freaking river. Okay. Third day can be heavy also, but it depends. Sometimes it depends on the duration of the person's menstruation. Yeah, it's usually the second. Freaking hell. Dito yung day 2, dun lagi yung mga tagos. Pag nakapad ka, may tagos. Leche. Walang flood control. And then, personally, so I menstruate for 7 days. Day 1 is light to medium, it depends. Sometimes it's light, sometimes it's just medium flow. Day 2 is the worst. Day 3 is medium to heavy flow for me, and then 4 to 7 is just light. It's really light. I hate the second days. It makes me feel very uncomfortable. It's not uncomfortable in that it's painful. It's uncomfortable because you can feel the freaking flow. And it's gross. I feel gross on second days. Yung iba daw naging jelly na yung period. Oh, because period is basically blood clots. Like I said, okay, look here, let's go back here, okay? When you have your period, it's not just pure blood, it's blood and tissues. It's blood clots and tissues. It's basically the lining of the endometrium that your uterus is just spitting out, okay? So look, if you go to the proliferative phase, from here, the lining gets thicker, right? And then you enter the luteal phase. Look how thick the uterus is, and look how much more engorged, or how much more blood vessels there are here. You see the red? Those are blood vessels. So when you start menstruating, you're gonna shed all of this out. So that's a lot of blood, and including blood clots. So that's why there's like jelly, because it includes the lining and blood clots. Okay? Beware mga men, pag second days na mainit ulo namin, so wag... That depends. Okay, let's see what... Okay, we're gonna go back here. Where's that? Learn. Okay, let's go to the learn. Let's see what this guy says about PMS. Okay. PMS. This is what you guys, many people throw around a lot, okay? The PMS, which is premenstrual syndrome. Okay? There's no cure. What is this, bro? No cure. Exact cause not known. Treatment lifestyle changes for the free jelly. Is tayo na itong si Pokari. Okay. PMS is a series of, how to say, symptoms before your from the word itself. Oh wait, for the word itself, sorry, I was looking at something else. I was looking at premenstrual dysphoric disorder. Okay, premenstrual syndrome is it's a series of symptoms a girl has before her menstruation starts. So a lot of these includes, this one includes like migraines, here it is, anxiety, backaches, headaches, so migraines, okay, tender breasts, trouble concentrating, constipation or diarrhea, and other symptoms. Some of them also can be moody, the toyo period. God, the toyo period. It's a series of symptoms, okay? It's like physical and emotional symptoms. So yes, there's mood swings. When they say pag mainit ang ulo na babae, they say it's not because she's on her period, but she's about to get her period. Okay, she's about to get her period. So it depends. Because some will feel depressed as hell. Some women will feel depressed as heck. Suddenly they just feel sad, feel depressed, they feel anxious, and then some have they feel tired, or some would have headaches, migraines, difficulty concentrating. This is also the time when they start having acne, pimples all over their face. Okay, and sometimes this is also a time when you have food cravings. And sometimes even the breasts get affected if they hurt. So PMS is more like before the period to like day 1 or something. It kind of crosses over or something like that. Crosses over to like day 1 or 2 of the period. So yeah, you can have it during your period, probably day 1, day 2. But it starts before the period starts. How about hormonal imbalance stuff? How does it impact the menstruation of a woman? Because a friend of mine experiences deadly cramps that causes her to pass out during her period. Oh, yeah. Anything that messes with this. See, this graph. This is the normal hormone balance, or this is how the hormones are supposed to be working in your body. Okay, in a woman of a reproductive stage. So if any changes happen here, it will change the entirety of the cycle. Let's say this LH does not happen. LH doesn't happen. Doesn't shoot up. That means you're not ovulating, or there's nothing to stimulate ovulation. Right? That's why you have some hormone therapies, or like what do you call that? Hormone therapy. Contraceptives that you take pills, they mess around with the hormones. Okay. Deadly cramps. You know, if you have deadly cramps, like really bad menstrual cramps, that's dysmenorrhea. And that one, if she always has it every time she has her period, it might need to have that checked, because she might have endometriosis. Where are we going? Okay. Cruising 90%. Okay, personally, okay, let's go with my experience. PMS, I think the only PMS I experience is I get this. Once I feel this is the most accurate thing, this right here, marker, most accurate marker for me. Once I feel this, I know my period's coming. It's coming. It's coming. The snow is coming. No, this time the blood is coming. The blood is coming. Okay. Trouble concentration. I think I do. I don't know if I have this. I think I do. I have this when I'm on my day 1 to day 2 menstruation. I can't concentrate. Headaches. I get these randomly. There are times I do get this before my menstruation or during my menstruation, but not all the time. Paano nyo nalalaman yung ganyan, Doc? This one? It means they hurt. It's just painful. They just feel heavy and painful. And it's not normal. It's not normal. Like, they just feel different. I just wake up one morning and I say, oh my god, my boobs hurt. I'm like, okay, that's the marker. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Okay. This one, I don't get this one. I don't experience this. Yeah. It'd be more squishy. No, it's not. This is a time when I don't want anything or anyone touching. I wouldn't want to touch this. I wouldn't want to touch my own breasts. If I had this. It's painful. It's just painful. It's like at a point where I'm at an don't touch me point in my cycle, man. When I experience like don't touch me. Even I don't want to touch myself. Masakit kasi. Okay. Yan din yung tayo na madali kayo magpasa. I actually don't. Hindi ako madali. But, siguro around that time, yeah. There is a time when I just suddenly have random bruises, but lately, no, I don't get those. Alright, this one, premenstrual dysphoric disorder, I have not encountered this and I don't have this. So I'm guessing this is the worst version of the PMS. Basically. Okay, and here we go, PCOS. The site talks about PCOS. Wow, this is so... Okay, he's very brief. The person who made this is very brief about it. If you are suspected to have PCOS, it's best to consult your OB-gynecologist. Because this PCOS messes around with your menstrual cycle. It can cause irregularities in your menstrual cycle, and it messes with your hormones. That's why some people who have PCOS, they gain weight. They get a bit of facial hair, like a little bit, or a little more hair than usual, and it can cause infertility. So yeah, and there's also the pain. So if you suspect anything going on with your reproductive organs, it's best to consult your OB-gynecologist so they can check for this. Dok, paano kung sobrang lakas ng period tapos ang feeling ay namuong blood? It's shedding its lining? Yeah, day 2 is usually the heaviest, okay, of your period. It's the heaviest, and it's like you freaking... It's like parang nagdudura lang yung pipi mo ng maraming dugo. It's heavy. It's the time when you have to have it checked is when 1, you're irregular. Okay, 1, if you're irregular. 2, if you're having severe pain every time you menstruate. Okay. 3, when you are bleeding or having your period when you're not supposed to be having your period. Let's say you had your period 3 days ago and your regular is that you get your period every 28 days, but then you suddenly have your period after 7 days. That's something that needs to be checked. Okay? Endometriosis. Okay. Yeah, this one can cause a lot of pain. This one is very notorious for causing a lot of pain, endometriosis, and this is basically lining. It's basically tissue that lines the endometrium or the inside of the uterus being elsewhere. Okay? Well, especially there, I have seen endometriosis in like I remember one case where a endometriosis was on the freaking belly button. It was so weird having seen, like, you know, the patient had a freaking endometriosis on her belly button. Like when she was having having surgery, a hernia surgery, and she had endometriosis there when in the area of the belly button. It was weird. Yeah. It can, like, you can have endometriosis in other parts of your body. Organs. Doc, yung armpit ko nandito. What? Shuri puts armpit. What the fuck? What the... Ano ba to? Why is my... Bakit biglang naging sentient yung kilikili ko? Ha? Bakit sentient yung kilikili ko? Oh my god, okay. Doc, naalala ko I was with my mom, tapos nag-con kami, nag-commute lang kami, tapos biglang nawas period ko ng po a week ko. Maybe I freaking felt that lumabas talaga bigla. Oh yeah, I know how that feels. I get that sometimes. It's annoying. Ano ba yung tawag sa nabubuo yung baby outside the ovary? Nabubuo yung baby outside... Isn't that normal? Nabubuo yung baby outside the ovary. That's normal. It's supposed to form outside the ovary. Yeah, that's normal. The embryo is supposed to be outside the ovary. If it's in the ovary, that is not normal, and that's an ectopic pregnancy. Maybe you mean like if it forms... If the embryo is forming out, not in the uterus, right? The baby is supposed to be in the uterus. Like, if the embryo grows too big and, what do you call this? And deposits into the fallopian tube, that's an ectopic pregnancy. So, pagkakaalam ko, delikado. Yeah, it is. Ectopic pregnancy is very bad. It's deadly. That is deadly. It can kill both the mother and the baby. Depends on the severity. Oh, myths! Yo, this guy has myths. They start as memes, but sex ends can be lacking. A period syncing, known as menstrual synchrony. Oh, yeah, this is a myth. This is like, what the hell, bro? Nope. Birth control is only used by women who have intercourse. Oh. Nah, yeah. Cycles are only tracked by women who have intercourse. Who believed this? You know, period trackers are used by all women, whether they are regularly sexually active or not, because it's very useful. It helps you predict and makes helped you not get like, suddenly just bleed out of nowhere. Missing or delayed period means pregnancy. Yeah, no, it can be other things. Biglaan lang nag-occur yung ectopic pregnancy and if maaga pa. Yes, if you are, let's say, you're sexually active and the egg gets fertilized. If the egg gets fertilized and implants on the fallopian tube instead of the uterus, then that's called an ectopic pregnancy. It happens. It happens. There are ways to... It depends on the severity of it, so sometimes it can be detected earlier on and they can do something about it. But sometimes, the only time ectopic pregnancy gets worse is when there is rupture and bleeding, like really bad bleeding. Then that's when it's bad. That's when it needs emergency surgery. So yeah, that's basically it, guys. I don't know if you have any more questions about this, but this table is very helpful. They teach this to us in med school. It's very brief because I'm not an OB-gynecologist. So if you want a really detailed version of this, you gotta ask your OB-gyne. I just remember what was taught to me in med school. But it's like a basic knowledge also that every woman should know. Menopause is when usually happens at 50s, 55. That is when the woman is becomes infertile or not fertile anymore. Usually happens at 50s, 55, around that age. There are times when it happens earlier than usual, which is not a good thing. So yeah. It's a condition that menopause is best discussed by an OB-gynecologist. So yeah. So anyway. Oh, what? What na, no? Yo, why is that? There we go. Freaking Twitch chat is... Someone followed me on my Twitch. Alright, so yeah, we're done with that. It is 3:25. Holy crap, I actually took longer than I was supposed to. I was supposed to only discuss that for like an hour. I took longer than I was supposed to. Now I'm gonna study. I'm gonna study for like, until like 4:30 or something. Can you teach us about the ano? Anong ano? Ay, baka si Popmaster. Gusto mo ng quiz, Popmaster? Yeah, I'm gonna study. This is gonna now be a study stream. You have learned about periods. It's very brief. I'm sorry if it's very brief and not as detailed. Okay, not as detailed. Do you have any questions? Baka may jowa kayo, may babae kayo na hindi nyo naintindihan bakit siya, ano. I hope it makes you understand that women more. Actually, I usually get hot-headed. If I'm gonna get hot-headed, it's usually probably a few days before my period and during the second day because I hate the second days of my period. It's heavy flow and it's annoying. May jowa kami. Malay, si Popmaster. Di ba si Popmaster? How to properly track the menstrual cycle. If you want an accurate way of tracking someone's menstrual cycle, all you gotta do is just ask them, when their LMP is. When is their last menstrual period? So that's the first day. Ask them the duration and then the interval. And if they're regular. This is like a menstrual history. Of course, the woman has to be willing to share that information. So, magbigay lang kami ng sacrifices if mag-period yung babae. Yes, yes. Let's say they're on their premenstrual cycle, their premenstrual period, okay? For the day before their menses, or it's the first or second day. The best thing you can do for them is to give them sacrifices. You know, you gotta give them food. Food is the best answer. Because this is when they have cravings. My question ako, Doc, before yan stream, why do men have sex with women kahit may period sila? I think for me it's uncomfortable, medyo icky. It's best to have intercourse. It's a kink. It's a kink. Even I think that's gross. Even I think that's gross. Like, I'm imagining that, and it's like, ew. But some people are okay with it. Okay? So, it's something that if the woman and the man are comfortable doing it, then sure. It's pretty weird for me though, because I'm like, bro, she bleed in there, and you wanna stick your thing. What foods to avoid during menses? Actually, caffeine. Caffeinated drinks are actually something you gotta avoid. They make you more prone to get dysmenorrhea or menstrual cramps. But yeah, even though I know that, I still drink my Alt F4. Mga vampire kasi sila. Yeah, you know, it smells fishy. You know, there are some dudes, I don't know, maybe some of you, there's something, okay, I know that there are some guys, that can smell when a woman is on her period. Like, I know someone from work, okay, You see, the thing, you know this issue with the period, the ovulation tracker, a lot of VTubers found it funny. A lot of people in the community found it funny, but a lot of people got really, really offended and didn't like it. I threw my opinion out there. Like, to me, it's like, it's not a problem. Like, I don't mind this, because menstrual cycle, ovulation, that entire thing. If you talk about ovulation, you're gonna be talking about the entire menstrual cycle. It's a normal biological thing. It's just something that's not talked about normally in normal conversation, which is why it sounds, or it's just weird in general. It's just really weird in general, but to me it's fine. If you made that website, you're weird. You're weird as hell, but I don't mind it. Okay? But some women are not comfortable with that because menstrual cycle is something women personally experience, and not everybody shares stuff about that or talks about it in normal conversation. It's just that me being a surgeon, a doctor, we encounter this all the time, and going through residency and pretty much living in the hospital with different kinds of people, with my co-residents, and we stay in the same call room, whether male or female, we stay in the same place, we share the same bathroom, so the discussion is bound to happen. And there had this one co-worker who was able to tell if a woman was menstruating, and he could tell by the smell. It's not that the woman, like, if the woman is very hygienic, like she changes, she regularly cleans herself, you won't smell anything. But this guy could smell. He could tell. And it's like weird. I'm like, how the hell can he, do you have freaking Do you have bots in your nose or something that you can smell blood? Yeah. It's like, how the heck can you tell? Does he poke his nose? No, he doesn't even. You could just be standing around minding your own business and he knows you're menstruating. No, it's not based on behavior. Like, you can literally just be standing there doing absolutely nothing and he'll know that you're menstruating. So anyway, yeah, back to this. Personally, it is weird to make this website. It is weird to be tracking random women's menstrual cycles, but you know, for me, I'm okay with it. If I somehow ended up on this website, I'm gonna find it funny. So far, I'm safe though, but I'm not gonna. I'm not exactly like offended or anything. Like, if they want to track my period of, yeah, sure, go ahead, whatever, knock yourself out, because I don't know what they're gonna do with that. Like I said, I don't know what you're gonna do with that information. If you're gonna be tracking my period here, you better be giving me sacrifices when I'm about to menstruate. My throne link is, you know, just look for Shioripon. It's there. You can offer sacrifices there through my throne. Or you can give sacrifice funds for my patients, okay? That's the only thing. If you're gonna be tracking my period, you better give some sacrifices. Binila ng modest. Anyway, so yeah, a lot of people were amused with this, but I saw a lot of people were not happy. So a lot of people were not happy, and yeah, they're okay to feel that way, by the way, guys. So it's because it's not a topic that is normally talked about. To some girls, it'll be creepy as hell. It'll be creepy. It is not a normal. It is not something in a normal conversation. It's just that me personally, and with my experience, it has become a topic several times before with my co-residents, because we do a lot of shit in the call room in the hospitals. Like I don't know, when you're on your day and you have to change your pad, you will always notice the wrappers in the trash can, and the guys would see it too, and they'll be like, and they'd be and then they'd be like, oy, tapon nyo na ito, palitan nyo yung plastic ng basura, puro napkin. When there's two of us menstruating at the same time, napupuno na yung yung basurahan ng banyo ng napkin. Nakabalo. Parang then the guys would be like, oy, palitan nyo na. Puro napkin. And we'd be like, and me and the other one, if we're like menstruating at the same time, we'd be like, sorry na. Like, he can't do anything about it. Like, yeah, I mean, like I said, it's how to say, we're not the only ones who, like, you know, like, yeah, the guys would probably see the napkins in the trash, but there have been many instances when I just go inside the bathroom, I'm just gonna pee, I sit in the toilet, and then when I look to my side, there's a freaking may brief doon na nakasabit. Gagi, naiwan yung brief sa loob. So what I do is I just take a photo. I take a photo of it to send ko sa Viber group namin. Oy, kanino to? Naiwan yung brief dito. Naiwan yung brief dito. Nakaiwan ng brief eh. Yeah. Yeah, it happens, bro. This is what happens when you share the same bathroom and the same call room, okay? I had like... I think that happened to me like 3 times, okay? Like, I go to the bathroom, I'm just gonna take a piss. Tapos paglingon ko sa, may nakasabit na brief. Pipicturean ko kasi nakakatawa. Like, kaninong brief to? Naiwan sa banyo. Tapos minsan, hindi lang nakasabit. Kunwari, okay? Papunta akong banyo. Okay? Papunta akong banyo. Tapos sa entrance pa lang ng banyo, di ba may door? The doorway. Sa entrance, sa floor ng banyo, may brief na nandun. May brief lang dun sa entrance, sa floor. Tapos I take a picture of it. Oy! Yung brief na iwan. Yung brief na sa sahig. Nahulog. Kanino brief to nahulog? And then nahulog. I think it was supposed to go in his bag. I think what happened is dapat nasa bag niya yung brief niya pero nahulog. So naiwan sa floor. I think that's what happened. Ang nakakatawa, walang umaamin eh. Hindi na nga plastic. Hindi ko alam. I really don't know. And alam mo yung nakikita ko lang, ayokong hawakan. Pinipicturean ko lang. Tapos send ko sa Viber namin. Parang like, kanino to? May brown stain. Hindi ko alam. Hindi ko tinignan nga. I just see the brief. Nakakahiya kayo. Kasi naman, mga 3 beses. This is what happens when you stay in the same call room and the same bathroom. Okay, I use the same bathroom. You see a lot of shit going on. Makikita mo kung sino yung mga eh. Ay, naku, mga lalaki talaga. Mga lalaki talaga. Iniiwan ang brief kung saan-saan. Nakasabit pa. Alam nang may babae na gumagamit din ng banyo, iiwan mo ng brief. I've seen worse than brief, though. Kami na naman, oo, kayo, bakit? I've seen worse, okay? I've seen worse than brief. Alam mo yung... Minsan nga may yung banyo kasi ng call room is both a toilet and there's a shower, right? So, what's worse than a brief? Alam mo yung may kulot na buhok? Kulot na buhok sa sink o sa rim ng toilet. May kulot na buhok. Ilang beses may kulot na buhok dun sa rim ng toilet o sa sink, okay? Minsan sa sink eh. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is why I'm so used to talking about stuff like this. Because imagine like being exposed to shit like this for like at least 5 years. Kasi diba residency is freaking 5 years. You live in a hospital. Bakit sa sink? Yun nga, yun din yung tanong ko. Syempre, hindi sinagot yung tanong ko, di ba? Bakit nga sa sink? Hindi ko rin alam bakit nasa sink. Hindi ko rin alam, ha? Hindi ko alam at hindi ko na inalam. Basta may kulot na buhok sa sink. Okay, kaya alam ko din yung mga ginagawa niyong mga lalaki sa banyo, ha? Alam ko yan. This is what happens when you live in the hospital for like half a decade. And you stay with dudes and with guys and girls who share the same room and bathroom. What are you studying, Doug? We were talking about the menstrual cycle a while ago, and then I was supposed to study, but I ended up yapping instead. I'm supposed to study, guys. Yung mga lalaki talaga, kung anong mga ebidensya na naiiwan sa banyo. Dami yung ebidensya sa banyo. Nangyari na ba, Doc, yung di nag-lock tapos napasukan sa Oh yeah, that happened quite a lot. It happened. It happened. Yeah, that has happened. Come on. It has. But, you know, you're just like so used to it, like yeah, syempre parang nakakahiya na you scream at the person. May mga ganun. Like, oy! May tao nga dito! Oy, tumatay ako! Mga ganun. And like, oops, okay, sorry. Hindi ka kasi nag-lock ng pintuan para ko malalaman. Sabayan lang kayo mag-siya. Trying to study but goes on yappy. Yep. Mag-aaral na nga ako. Teka, nasa trono ako. Naglalabas ng banal na tae. Go off na bagtae. Go off na bagtae. Speaking of tae, yan yung aaralin ko ngayon. I'm gonna read about the colon. I just need to finish this one book. How many pages? I just need to finish this topic right here. Yeah, I just need to finish this one and then I'm good. CR2. What are you studying for? My board exam. My surgery diplomate board exam, which is happening on June. So I gotta make sure I pass this time. Because if I don't pass, I'm gonna be sad and depressed. What time is it? It is 3:45, so I can only... You have boards pa pala, or is it... How to say? When you're done with residency, you have to take a board exam. It's so that you become the prestigious... It's for prestige. Because, and not just that, because a lot of hospitals and a lot of HMOs, they don't accept you if you're not boarded. Even though you pretty much have the right to practice. But, you know, the title of being a diplomat or a fellow of the Philippine College of Surgeons and all that. That makes a difference. I also have specialty board exam. Oh wait, you do? Wait, when is yours? What is this, like a sub-spec or... I was studying too on just the topic stages of follicles. Ooh, yeah. Nice. Ultrasound subspecialty. Oh, okay. Ultrasound subspecialty. Anyway, alright. Let's play some Lopi music. Lopi music. What's a good lo-fi? Lo-fi, royalty free. Copyright free. Virtual cottage? Ooh. I'm using YouTube right now. Is this DMCA? Okay, DMCA free and I hope it's not too loud. Hello ka na ba diba? I'm done with residency. I'm a consultant. Okay, I'm gonna be studying now. I only have like 30 to 45 minutes to study. I just want to finish this one topic and I'm good. You guys, if you guys have to work or if you guys want to study too, go ahead. Hang on another. Okay, Asta. Bye bye. By the way, for those who are new here on my YouTube channel, I stream more often on Twitch. I might stream later tonight on Twitch. If I do stream later tonight on Twitch, it's gonna be Tekken, okay? If I feel like it. Hello, welcome. I'm still here, but I'm done talking about the menstruation. Alright, let me write something.
This is your brain when you're struggling to focus.
May ad
And
pa.
this is
Oh
your
my
brain
god.
when you're in the zone.
Was an ad. Yeah, ad. first time ko dito sa stream mo. Good luck sa study session mo. Nakatapos ang study session. And yay! Thank you for stopping by. I hope you'll enjoy my content. I also stream on Twitch a lot. So, over here on YouTube is more of a chill type of streams. But if you want to see a gremlin, wilder side of me, it's on Twitch. The gamer self of me is on Twitch. Thank you for stopping by.
Serious dictation was driving me crazy, so I switched to whisper flash.
Liftoff of mission 41B, the first flight of the orbital Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower. Discovery's core computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Help build the cycle of strength.
Adding it. Where do I get an ad every 2 songs? Love already. Yeah, I was I was love. I am love. Ako love.
Cheese Whiz has calcium that helps make your bones strong. Cheese Whiz, for the strength to do more.
Cheese whiz yan. Grabe.
Work is a pain in the ass.
Another ad.
When you have the perfect response in your head, but your fingers
Okay, I think I'll end streaming. I am going to walk my dog. So, Otsupon guys, if any of you guys are still here, Otsupon, I think I'll just end stream. I won't raid. Yeah, I'll just end stream here. I won't be waiting. And yeah, I will just announce if I will stream later on Twitch. We'll see if I feel like it. I don't know. Depends on how my energy levels. But thank you for coming to my stream. I hope you guys learned a lot from the menstrual education, and then yeah, we chilled for a bit. Okay. Atsu. Bye bye.